Hey everybody, my name is Julia Henning and I am the creative director of the Halogen Company, a fellow Los Angeles immersive theater company. I'm also a student at Pepperdine University in the pursuit of my master's degree in psychology. And beyond being one of those hyphenate people, actor, writer, producer, director, I'm a lover of the human condition and all things human. So today I'm going to tap into a little bit of all of that and see if together we can come out with something new and unexpected. So today I want to talk a little bit about social isolation, stress and anxiety, and some things we can do to mediate that. Now, social isolation sometimes, most commonly, is a marker for depression. It's a time when we witness someone retreating away, whether for a few days, a few hours, longer, and it can be a time of concern and frustration. Now, across the board right now, I'm sure we're all a little frustrated, depending on your situation, whether you're dealing with more high stakes or perhaps you get a little bit of time to maybe relax and retreat. Either way, this is all encompassing. Social isolation is all of those things, but it can also be a form, as I said the word, of retreat. It can be a time of healing and reassessment and regrouping. So I want to talk about the word retreat a little bit. Retreat is a time-honored hallmark of all stories. I mean, all of our great mythological and spiritual figures. I mean, think Buddha, Muhammad, Odysseus, Demeter, Odin, Jesus. I mean, at some point or another, they've all disappeared. And this is not to suggest that we should all secretly aspire to the life of the yogi or the prophet or, any of these grander than life figures, but myth is a meta descriptor of the human condition. And so it's not unreasonable to suggest that if we find it in a myth, we will find it in life. And if we find it in life, we're going to find it in the myth. So people retreat in different ways. It's showed up time as tale. I don't know what that is. Tale as time as old. Tale as old as time. There it is. I'm a theater kid. I should know this by now. But anyway, back to the idea of retreat. If used properly and constructively, retreating and isolation can be useful and even necessary and a big tool for self-evolution. If it's undertaken with intention and not as a foil for self-pity and wallowing, it can be a huge, powerful tool for bringing us to our own next level and becoming more fully present in ourselves and in our lives. And again, at a time when we can't really control the boundaries and the barriers and the time of our social isolation, if you're able to, I'm calling you today to try to make the best of it and to see that there are a lot of feelings coming up. One of the biggest ones might be stress. We might be feeling frustrated and anger and sadness, confusion, depression. So there's different types of stress. We've got time stress, anticipatory stress, another one, situational stress, emotional stress, encounter stress, all these different types of stress. And even if we're at home and we're not allowed to really go anywhere, maybe you're dealing with encounter stress with your roommate or your loved one or your partner. Maybe it's situational, obviously. We're not able to go too far right now. Maybe you're in the position where you're dealing with a job loss. Maybe all of your work for the year has been wiped clean. Maybe it's the anticipatory stress. How long are we going to be in this situation? When can I do this? What's going to happen next? And of course, time stress. How do I prioritize my time during the day? What should I have gotten done? What could I have gotten done? What would I have gotten done if I maybe had a little bit more self-motivation and I wasn't so stressed? So, all of this is to say, there's a lot going on. A lot of feelings are coming up. And whatever feelings come up are valid, are true, are yours. Acknowledge them, honor them. But if you're like me, I get pretty stressed out pretty quickly. And so I have found both through theater, immersive work, film work, psychology, philosophy, holistic healing, that there are a few techniques that we can use to help us combat that stress. Now, one of them I'm going to do with you today. I'm going to do a few small little guided exercises. These are things you can do at any time of the day, anywhere. One of my favorites is something I like to do before bed. Now, if you're having trouble sleeping, you can't turn off the TV, you're thinking, oh God, does the day even matter? I guarantee you, this really does work. This really does help. So, I'm going to invite you to either lie down somewhere comfortable or sit, but find that cushiony spot. If you're sitting, I say lift those butt cheeks to either side and find your sits bone. You really want to feel grounded. If you're lying, pull your shoulders back and find a comfortable position on the ground so that you're feeling centered, even, and everything is stacked on top of each other. Then find the breath. Now, I have a lot of difficulty breathing. I am someone who holds my breath because I am constantly stressed. So, in this self-isolation, I've been finding a lot of opportunity to connect with my breath. Something that might help you is when you inhale, we want to do the type of breathing that they do in yoga. I don't know the term, sorry. But essentially, think of making a wave noise with your body. So instead of, maybe it goes into the back of your throat, opening up the canal between your nose and your throat and going, whoo, big breath. So find that breath and think of it as you breathe in, think of an arrow going up your body, or maybe it's a stream of light or a color, but think of a flow going up with your inhale. And then think of the breath and the exhale going out as a down arrow going down the back. So upward arrow in, downward arrow out. You'll find that it will lift you with the breath and open up, and then you'll sink down into a relaxed state. Notice this, it will come in handy later. Now, once you find your breath and you're seated or laying down, I want you to think of all the things that are stressing you out. I don't have a job. I can't go for my walk. I'm sick of my roommate or partner. I'm freaking out about what's happening next. And try to get clear. Identify exactly what the thing is. So let's say for you right now, maybe it's, I am so annoyed at my partner. And think of that. Think of how it makes you feel. You're stressed out. Your body maybe start to clench up a little bit. You might slow your breathing down, but just stick with it. Honor it. Acknowledge it. I am annoyed at my partner or my roommate. And you see it. And you think of all those feelings. Now I want you to imagine, after you get that idea, that theme, the thing that's really stressing you out in your mind, I want you to envision a chalkboard. Whatever chalkboard it is, maybe it's a modern one tacked to the wall, maybe it's the old-fashioned turnarounds, but I want you to see a chalkboard, completely blank. Now, in your mind's eye, with your eyes closed, still breathing, thinking of that thing that stresses you out, I want you to move towards the chalkboard. And in your mind, see the piece of chalk in front of you and pick it up. Feel the chalk in your hands, know that you're safe. Know that it's just you, the chalk, and the chalkboard. Now, while still breathing, I want you to write down the word stress. And I want you to be very intentional with this. Start with the word S, the letter S, then T, R, E, S, S. Now go at your own pace. You don't have to go with mine, but really feel the letter being written. See it clearly on the board. Take your time and make a connection. Now, put the chalk down once you've finished writing. Take a step back. And in your mind's eye, still with your connection to your body and your breath, look at the chalkboard. You see the word stress. And you start thinking about that thing that stresses you out. Your partner, your job, the isolation, the fear, not being able to go and buy eggs, whatever it is. Feel that stress. Maybe for you the word is anxiety. Maybe the word is fear or sadness or anger. Today we're focusing on stress, but this exercise can be used with any emotion that's happening. So remember, depending on what you feel will be the word that you write on the chalkboard. Today, take a step back and notice the word stress. Now take a breath. And in your mind's eye, I want you to approach the chalkboard. Now you're going to pick up the eraser that's in front of you. And very slowly and very intentionally, with each breath, you're going to erase the S. And then you're going to erase the T and the R, the E, the S, and the S. If there's any residue on that chalkboard, go back and wipe it clean. With each letter that you erase, notice if anything changes in your body. Are you becoming heavier? Have you collapsed at all in your laying or you're sitting, do you feel a little bit of relaxation anywhere? Has your breathing gotten heavier? Just notice that as you erase this stress in your mind's eye, notice that after you see this chalkboard blank, free of the word, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Has anything changed? Now take a second, flutter your eyelashes open, find your space, get your footing, take another deep breath, and sit with the process for just a moment. Don't get up, don't go on your phone, just sit with the chalkboard and notice, did anything change? Did I wipe that stress away at all? Now I like to do this before bed because that type of visualization really helps you to slow down. It really calms your nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system. All the things that send fire signs to our brain and our bodies that say we should be tense, we should be stressed out, we should be on alert and ready to go. This should help you calm down, allow you to literally, moment, step by step, wipe away those layers and those factors that are contributing to the fear. Sometimes when I'm feeling out of body and out of control, I'll write my own name. And I'll literally do the J, the U, the L, the I, the A, and I'll sit with it. Who am I right now? What am I feeling? And as I erase my name, I think, okay, I know who I am. I'm in touch with who I am. It reminded me who I am. Now, I'm gonna end with another pretty easy, simple, you can do it lying down, you can do it sitting. But this one we do a lot in theater, and if you are a theater kid or if you're in the arts, you've probably done this before. If not, welcome to progressive muscle relaxation. Now, this is pretty easy. Basically, it's designed to help the body progressively relax, just like the name sounds. It reduces the psychological and physical tension that basically provokes anxiety and thoughts. We hold tension in our bodies, even in places we don't know it. Your armpits, behind your kneecaps, your finger joints, everywhere. So find that comfortable state, either sitting or laying. Again, get centered, focus, ground. Find the breath in, upward arrows, down, downward, out, downward arrows. And literally do a body scan, starting with your toes, to your feet, to your ankles, your legs, your knees, groin, stomach, heart, chest, arms, fingers, wrists, neck, face, jaw, eyebrows, skull, all of it. You want to clench every single body part, starting with those toes, whatever that feels like to you. If it's your hands, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe it's this, but you want to find the clench, and on your exhale, release it. You're going to do this about 2 to 3 times with each body part. And as you increasingly get up, you're going to start noticing that your body might start feeling heavy. You might start feeling more relaxed. Now, I'm speeding through this one because it's a little bit simple. Basically, you want to find a comfortable position. You want to clench each body part, progressively and slowly working up the body. I start with the feet because that's your root, that's the ground. And as you go up, even if it's your eyebrows, you want to find that tension in your eyebrows and then release it. When you do this a couple times, you're going to start noticing your body's going to get comfortable with it. It's going to start feeling really liquid and velvety and soothing. I just want to wrap up today with the notion that whatever comes up for you during this time, whether it's stress, anger, peace, reflection, all of that is valid, all of that is right for you. I hope that these exercises help you a little bit in finding your breath, finding comfortable posture, dealing with the stress and the anxiety that can come up, and remembering, like I said, that social isolation can be a time of retreat, reassessment, healing, and regrouping. So if we can lean into that, maybe these exercises will help. I hope you guys have a healing, helpful, mindful, and safe afternoon. Color outside the lines and continue to make the mundane strange again.